Welcome to Focus on Health, a series of educational programs highlighting current health issues sponsored by the Department of Nursing at Salisbury University. I'm Dr. Mary DiBartolo, Professor of Nursing at Salisbury University and host of the program. We are doing something different today. We are here at MAC Incorporated in Salisbury with Katie Dorsch. You're a registered dietitian with the Richard A. Henson Cancer Institute at the Peninsula Regional Medical Center.
That's right.
And we are here at MAC to do one of our cooking shows, Cooking for Health, Cancer Prevention.
Yes.
So you have an array of beautiful, colorful foods here, and you're going to talk to us about foods we can eat to help reduce our risk for cancer.
Sure. So yeah, as you can see, we have a rainbow of colors. So one of the things we're always preaching for cancer prevention is to kind of eat the rainbow. So there are a variety of phytochemicals, which phytochemicals are different compounds in plants that can have an effect on human cells and human health. And typically those phytochemicals show themselves as different colors. So for example, the beta carotene is what makes the sweet potato orange. The anthocyanins are what makes the purple cabbage purple, or some call it red cabbage as well. There's also lots of fiber in the black beans, which can be protective for colon health. And of course our white onions, citrus, and then our green cilantro.
I love cilantro. Gives a great flavor.
Exactly. Yep. Gives everything a nice punch.
And so what are we making today?
So all this put together will make black bean and sweet potato tacos.
That sounds great.
It's wonderful. So a lot of people probably haven't had the combination of sweet potatoes and black beans, but they go together so well.
Okay, let's get started.
Okay. So first off, we have this slaw here. I've already shredded about 2 cups of purple cabbage. You could use a combination of green and purple if you wanted, but this is just all purple cabbage today. There's a 1/4 cup of chopped onion in here. We're going to add the cilantro. We're also going to add some lime juice.
I love that gadget. It's so great.
Yeah.
Lemon and lime juice.
Makes easy work of so we'll just go ahead and toss this together.
This could use a bigger bowl. It smells great.
Thank you.
Well, the lime and cilantro just always make a nice combination.
Right, a nice
nice
zesty
aroma. Yeah.
combination. So that's all ready. We've already roasted the sweet potatoes. They get roasted in the oven at 400 degrees with a little bit of olive oil, lime juice, sprinkle of salt, and some red pepper flakes. Of course, if you're not big on spice, you could
Just leave out the red pepper.
leave out the red pepper flakes. But I like spice, so I always put it in there. So we're going to take our onion, our black beans, a teaspoon of cumin, and the rest of our limes over to the skillet and cook those.
Okay, let's go. So Katie, we have a pan here warming up.
Yeah, so we're going to get started. The skillet's just on medium heat, warming up. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil to the skillet, about a tablespoon or so.
One of the healthiest oils there is.
That's right. It's got a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, those good healthy fats, the mono and poly unsaturated fats. We're going to add some onion. And we're just going to cook this for a few minutes until it's what we call translucent. So it's kind of cooked a little bit. The color dies down a little bit, and you'll see when it's softened. So our onions have softened. They've got a little bit of brown on the edges as well. So they'll have a nice caramelized flavor. So then we're going to add the black beans. This is just a can of drained and rinsed low sodium black beans. It smells great, doesn't it?
It does. And then when you add
So next we're going to add our teaspoon of cumin, which is an Indian spice, along with turmeric. There's been a lot of research recently into turmeric and cumin and those types of spices about some health benefits that they may have, especially helping with inflammation throughout the body, as well as possibly helping with cancer prevention.
and Alzheimer's prevention also.
Correct.
There's been some research on that.
So it helps if you eat the turmeric with a little bit of black pepper as well. There's a compound in the pepper that can help your body absorb it a little bit better, stay in your liver a little bit longer. So there's been some preliminary research about it. So certainly including these types of spices in your cooking is a good way to get some extra antioxidants and phytochemicals in your diet. So we're just going to kind of heat these black beans until they're warmed through. They don't need to cook for a very long time. And you can smell that cumin. It becomes very fragrant when you add it to the hot skillet. And then we're going to juice our other lime. And this gives the black beans a nice bright flavor. And this little lemon and lime juicer is a great tool to have in your kitchen, especially if you do a lot of cooking.
Yep. I use mine a lot.
Yeah.
Well, citrus really can add a lot to a dish.
Sure, yeah, it adds tons of flavor, especially without adding a lot of salt. It gives it that nice pop.
Great on salads too.
Yeah, a nice citrus vinaigrette. So it looks like our black beans are warmed through. We'll go ahead and toss our sweet potatoes in here, and then we'll warm up our tortillas.
All right. Here you go.
So again, these sweet potatoes have already been roasted.
Is that about one sweet potato or?
This was 2 sweet potatoes. There was kind of a big one and a small one.
I was gonna say they can vary in size.
Yeah. But this is more of a free-form dish, so you could use whatever size you liked.
They're so good for you, sweet potatoes.
They
The
are.
Vitamin A. And,
They have
yeah.
that beta-carotene and vitamin A in them, as well as lots of good fiber. Again, good for colon health and preventing colon cancer. And these plant-based foods we're always emphasizing because they can help prevent cancer. So current recommendations have us avoiding lots of red and processed meats, eating more plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can really help your body stay healthy and again prevent cancer.
And of course, you're mentioning the beans are important and lentils, things like that.
Sure, so beans and lentils are a great source of plant-based protein instead of eating meat, including some beans in a meal. Get you more of fiber, more vitamins, more minerals, and some good protein as well. Yep, and they're cheap.
That's true.
Yeah, so we're just gonna warm up these tortillas. You could use corn or flour tortillas, whatever your preference is. You can also make this dish as kind of a taco bowl, so putting it on top of some brown rice or quinoa instead of putting it in your tortilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious too.
So we'll just microwave these.
Just 30 seconds or so, right?
Really about 15
Oh, less than
seconds
that,
even. Yeah, just a few seconds to get them soft and warm. And then we'll put our filling in there and top it with the slaw.
Sounds delicious. And make us a nice taco.
Sure. So our black beans are all ready. Sometimes if you taste the food, it might need a little extra pinch of salt. Again, not a lot of salt, but just an extra little pinch.
So a little's okay, just to bring out the flavors a little bit, make it a
Sure.
little more palatable.
Sure, exactly. Our goal isn't to have a no salt diet. We just want a lower salt diet. So just adding a little bit extra for flavor to really bring out those flavors isn't going to hurt us.
I know, I like just a little bit of salt. especially
Sure.
with beans, because they're fairly bland. And
They are, yep. So between the lime and the little bit of salt we've added, I think they'll have a really great flavor. So we're just going to make our tacos. I usually put the filling in first and then top it with the slaw. Of course, you could do it the other way if you prefer.
a lot of people eat tacos in the traditional way with cheese. Of course, this is a no cheese version.
Yeah, this doesn't have any cheese on it. If you did want to add some, something like a nice crumbly Mexican cheese or even a feta or goat cheese, I think would be really good in these tacos.
Looks great. I can't wait to try it.
I'm hungry. Okay. And that's it.
Okay. That is fabulous. You really can't taste the sweet potato so much, for people that may not like a sweet potato. But the beans, the cilantro, the citrus really blends well together.
Yeah, it makes a really great flavor combination.
I guess we should take a break from eating and just talk about, I want to make sure you have a few minutes to talk about some of the programs you're doing as part of the Richard A. Henson Cancer Institute, and you also collaborate with MAC on some things.
Sure, yeah, we do have a partnership with the MAC Center at the Cancer Institute. So we offer several classes and programs here, one of which is the vegetable garden that's run at the MAC Center. So any cancer patient can come volunteer in the garden and get free produce each week from that garden. So that's a really great resource to help cancer patients eat healthy and get free produce.
Nice.
We also have a class called What's Cooking that I participate in with a couple other members of MAC. We usually have a different theme every month, and we'll cook about 3 to 4 different recipes, healthy recipes for cancer patients and survivors. There is the Thriving and Surviving program, which is held here at MAC different times throughout the year. It's a weekly program, about 2.5 hours each week. And there's also Tai Chi classes as well that are offered at the MAC Center that can really help cancer patients, especially with balance, help fight fatigue, and other side effects of cancer treatment.
Yes, that could be a whole nother show, is on the
It
benefits
could
of Tai
be.
Chi.
Yes, and especially exercise in general for
Yes.
cancer patients and survivors. So that's a really great program here at the MAC Center.
Well, it sounds wonderful, the programs that you're doing together in the community to benefit the local
Yeah.
citizens. So,
Yeah.
well, thank you so much for coming in and showing us this delicious meal and how it can help with cancer prevention.
Sure.
We'll post some websites at the end of the program where our viewers can get more information about cancer prevention and so forth.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And we also like to thank MAC for letting us use their kitchen
Yeah.
and being such a great resource for our community. And thank you to our viewers for joining us for this edition of Focus on Health here on PAC 14. Can we get back to eating?
Sure.